Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Oxford United preview show. This week, Oxford United play Wigan Athletic. I know, shock, no one saw that one coming. But before we get into the match, Ian, I believe that Oxford played on Tuesday. Shock? Is he shocked?
Oh, sorry. You mentioned Wigan at home and it brought back a lot of repressed memories of the last time we played them. Oh, that therapy took a long time to heal. But I'm over it now. But the week started, Oxford fans, with a defeat against Doncaster Rovers. We've talked about it on the channel. You can see the reviews. And as we say, a good game of football played by both sides, but Oxford came out on the wrong side of it. So we were licking our wounds, looking for a reaction against Bristol Rovers on Tuesday night. And yes, we got a reaction in terms of score because Oxford won 2-0, but we didn't get a reaction in terms of performance because it was a very turgid and a pretty poor performance by Oxford United, I would say. And just one of those weird things about football is you play well on Saturday and lose, you play crappy on Tuesday night and you get a win. But Oxford were the clinical side in this one, picking off Rovers with the few chances that they did have. The impressive things for Oxford was the two new low signings that scored. Elliot Lee got the first goal in, again, a very tight match where certainly until that first goal went in, chances were at a premium. And it was just, especially with the way Bristol Rovers backed up, they played like quite rigid 5-4-1 and had no interest in Preston Oxford at all. But that style did kind of work for them. The only thing I was surprised about, and maybe that's why Tisdale has got the sack, is they didn't play any strikers. So when the chances came around, they had no one there to stick the ball in the back of the net. Like Hanlon. Why was Hanlon on the bench? I have no bloody idea. But a ball played through by James Henry meant Elliot Lee got the wrong side of his man. He ran in on goal. Really nice finish. Chipped it into the far post. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Very composed. That is the sort of player I thought we would have signed. We'd signed when we got him on transfer deadline day. And so far he's proved it. Like not exceptional at any one thing, just great at everything. And at this level, just just really handy player.
I love him. Great, not good. He's great at everything.
Maybe that's an over-exaggeration in the two games, but very good at everything then, certainly at a League One level. But as I say, it was a struggle, and there were nervy moments, and there were situations where Oxford had chances to kill the game and didn't take it, and then it looked like it was heart in your mouth time where Rovers thought they wanted to get an equaliser. And heading into the 90th minute, it was still 1-0 to Oxford, and it was the Brandon Barker minute and a half on loan from Rangers. It looked like he was going to be the villain at the start, where he pulled out of a tackle on the halfway line, and a 50-50 ball, he just wimped out of it, basically. Rovers broke forward, had a really good chance to score, but the guy at the back post sliced it wide, and then literally from that kickoff, pretty much, he got the ball wide left, absolutely burst into the box of a turn of speed and skill and smashed it in past the goalkeeper. So, villain to hero, great start for him. He was impressive against Doncaster as well. And it was weird how we've seen Shadipo look good when he came off the bench against Doncaster. He started the game, it didn't look great against Bristol Rovers. I would just say two players that I thought played well. I thought Moore was impressive at the back. He continues to show he's like an improving leader of this side. And I know there was question marks not question marks, but some questions about Jack Stevens over the last couple of games. But he had a really solid game back in goal. Didn't make any mistakes. Made a couple of really good saves. So that was impressive to see. Couple of injuries though. Sham Long, looks like he's pulled a hamstring. We haven't got a date for when he's going to be back. But he could be out for, well, you're going to say maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks, something like that. It is a bad tear.
Don't like it.
Don't like it, no. James Henry also with a dead leg came off as well. That was part of Oxford's master plan. We thought it was part of Oxford's master plan, time-wasting tactics in the second half. And anybody who thinks Oxford don't time waste, watch that second half against Bristol Rovers. But he went off with a dead leg, so I imagine he might not play this game, but he shouldn't be too long back. Elliot Lee also as well was struggling a bit, but mainly that was down to him not having a lot of game time lately. But the lesser spotted Matt Sykes got a game time.
Matt Sykes?
Unbelievable. No. I've forgotten even what his first name is, so I'm just calling him Matt. But
Daniel Sykes.
I know that we did this for our League One predictions video. But I did promise that newly formed friend of the channel, One Rovers Blogs, Charlie, did give his pre-match prediction. So let's watch that.
How's it going? Very biased opinions. Charlie here from One Rovers Vlogs. Thanks for having me on the channel, for doing my prediction before the game. Obviously, it's going to be very tough. Rovers been on pretty bad form. Obviously, haven't won in 8 games. Drew against Fleetwood on the weekend, and then lost to that 6-1 before against Accrington. So it's going to be tough. Obviously, you guys have been on great form. 9 league wins in a row, obviously, before you lost at Donny. But obviously, Donny, very good team as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1. I think we need to try and produce a really good performance, try and go on a little run now and hopefully get some wins after you guys. But best of luck for the season, but not for the game. Up the gas.
So convinced that we're going to get a 1-1 draw. But
I mean, there were 2 goals in the game. He got the total.
He did get that right. That's very good. But and now let's see what he says. He is obviously filming this before Tisdale got sacked, but he has done a video on that, so you should go and check it out. But here's what he thought post-match.
How's it going, everyone? Very biased opinions. Thanks for having me on, lads. Yeah, quick reaction. I'd say a good performance from us tonight, but, you know, when we're on top, which we were for some spells, mostly in the first half. Second half, we had very few chances, but first half, we was on top for quite a while and should have took our chances. Daly missed 2 good chances. Another one was saved from our right-back Williams, from your keeper Stevens. But then, you know, second half, like I said, weren't really many chances for us. You had a few good chances as well, to be fair. Our keeper pulled off a worldie of a save. And obviously, you put the second goal in with a few minutes to go, but another big chance for us just before you scored as well. McCormick should have scored for us, and then you got the other end and punish us. But, yeah, in the end, disappointed with the result, but a good performance. But that's been our downfall all season, not scoring goals, but I appreciate you having me on the channel, lads. Keep smashing the content.
Just want to say thank you to Charlie for doing that. One Rovers Vlogs is the YouTube channel. Go and support him. He's very close to 1,000 subscribers, and it would be great if he could get there. He does fantastic Bristol Rovers content, like when Tisdale got sacked, he had a video up. 20 minutes. 20 minutes, his video's up there.
Why don't we have stuff up that quickly?
Ours would have gone, it would have been at least 6 days. So go and support One Rovers Vlogs. But all in all, a good win for Oxford, and the way results have gone over the last couple of games, everything has bunched up so much in League One. We are in 9th, I believe, an absolute striking distance of those playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Before I give you a chance to talk, Thomas, I'm just going to run down what I think will happen in this game. Well, obviously, the last time we played Wigan, we beat them 2-1, but Oxford's form was much different to how it is now. I think we're playing somewhat of our best football, and as it proved against Bristol Rovers, we've got the ability to grit out a game if we need to as well, which is encouraging signs to see. I always think that that old adage of when you win when you're not playing well, I feel that is almost a really good test of a promotion-worthy side. And this one could well be another one of a slog, because I do expect Wigan to play pretty similar tactics to Bristol Rovers and bank up behind the ball, play maybe even 5-4-1, the same formation, and really make it tough, really deny Oxford a lot of space.
It's my job to talk about Wigan. It's your job to talk about Oxford.
I'm talking about the game. I'm saying how it's going to be a tough game for Oxford. And obviously, yeah, so it's going to be it could be a really tough game. And obviously, when you look at games like that, it would be really great if Oxford could just get an early goal in the match, so Wigan just can't sit and bank behind their shape and have to come out and play a little bit, and then Oxford can maybe pick them off on the break. I really think that the wide players are going to be really important, and I would not be shocked if you did see Robinson start Barker and Shadipo, or even Adji as the wide men. Try and go for that real explosive burst of pace. Maybe even move Lee into the centre, or maybe just give Lee a rest. I'm not too sure. But there obviously are going to be changes, and I'll quickly, if you give me permission, Thomas, I would like to run down the first 11 for Oxygen. And don't wave your finger like you're pushing for time. What do you got? A hot date? A date? Looking at catalogue models? There he is. Old Simpsons joke. So obviously it'll be Stevens in goal. It'll be Ruffles at left back, but we have to play a new right back. So it'll be Anthony Ford, no doubt, going in at right back. You could play Jamie Hansen there, but I think he'll play Ford because he was the one who came on. Pardon?
Wayne.
Where's who?
McGuane.
He's injured. What are you talking about? You talking about Sean Clare?
No, McGuane, the one you got rid of. That was a joke. Now the joke's dead.
Yeah, McGuane we didn't get rid of. Sean Clare was the one we got rid of.
Fuck.
The joke's on you, sucker.
Cut it all.
It'll be Moore and it'll be Atkinson in the middle, Goran in front of the front two. I'm gonna go on a punt, and I think it will be Cameron Brannigan, and I think it will be Liam Kelly in the middle of the park. Although I'd love to see Mark or Matt Sykes get a go, one of the two. I think he'll rest Elliot Lee, and I think he'll play Mide Shadipo and Brandon Barker on the wings, and I think he'll go with Matthew Taylor in a shock up front on his own. But Oxford should be more than good enough to win this game. Doesn't mean we've got a guaranteed right to win it, but I stick with my prediction that I did in League One predictions, and that is that Oxford United will win this game by 4-0. And now we throw it over to Thomas, who's going to tell us how we're going to conjure up the spirits from the past and get back to that like they did when they thrashed Oxford 7-0 a couple of years ago.
Ian, do you mind if I shamelessly plug for 30 seconds?
Yes.
Good. I would like to thank everybody who's been live streaming and supporting us. I now have a mic that won't break every time my shrill voice attacks it with something. So thank you all very much. Thank you for following us, liking us. All the support you guys give us has allowed us to get me a mic that will not break to my voice. Or maybe my voice not to break. It's one of the two, but I'm pretty sure it's the mic breaking.
What's the next goal, Thomas? What's the next goal that you want?
A new camera. Like a new super HD camera, but I think we'll get you.
You got loftier goals than me. I just wanted one of those T-shirts that looks like a tuxedo.
Although if somebody would like to design us some VBO shirts and send them to us, we won't fight you. We'll wear them.
We won't fight you.
But enough shameless plugging. Thank you all. We love you all. But it's time to talk about Wigan Athletic, the Latics, the Ticks, the Piemen. Wig. This team is not doing well. They currently sit at the top of the relegation zone on 24 points. Rochdale sitting 18th on 26, Wimbledon sitting 19th on 25, but then Bristol Rovers equal on points with them, 24 and 20th. Swindon equal on points with them, just below them in 22nd, 24 points. Northampton Town equal on points with them, sitting in 23rd, 24 points. And poor Burton Albion, 5 points behind all of them on 19 points, but surging up the table with 6 points recently. So they feel the heat. Recent form is they won against Northampton, but they lost 3 straight before that and a draw before that. They only have 6 wins this season, 6 draws and 14 losses. John Sheridan left for Swindon on the 13th of November. He's been replaced by Liam Richardson on an interim backup, whatever it is, basis. But I mean, he's been there since November, so you kind of feel like they're not even searching for anyone else. They're just paying him less money to stay. And Wigan fans, this isn't me taking a dig at you. I know what you've been through. I'm just saying. Richardson's the manager. Now, Ian, looking into their formation gave me a headache, right? Against Northampton, they played a 5-4-1. Against Wimbledon, a 4-4-2. Against Swindon, a 4-2-3-1. Against Blackpool, a 4-2-3-1. Against Fleetwood, a 4-4-2. But then against Rochdale, which was a draw, 4-3-3. It's 4 different formations in the last 6 matches. From a manager who's been there since November and a club that you would think knew at least a formation to play at this point. Like, no wonder they can't get any form going. Every match, they're being given totally new instructions. There's nothing similar between a 4-4-2, a 4-2-3-1, or a 4-3. It's just, it does not.
So they did win their last game, though, didn't they?
They did.
So and maybe he's found the magic formula finally.
Yeah, I think they're going to play a 5-4-1. I think it gives them solidity at the back. It allows their midfield to control stuff, and they can score goals when they need them, though not that often, let's be honest. Top goal scorers in the league are Will Keane and Kyle Joseph. They both got 5, though Keane has 6 in all competitions. And Joe Garner was their top goal scorer, though only with 3 in the league. He had 7 overall, but he's left for Apoel Nicosia. That sucks. Other news.
Why? Good for him. I wouldn't mind going to Cyprus.
Yeah, although I suppose it's cold this time of year, but I hear the summers are beautiful.
It's cold, yeah. I'm sure it's really cold compared to Great Britain.
Tom Pearce, who's made the most appearances for the club this season, is now out for the rest of the year after an ankle injury against AFC Wimbledon. He's being replaced by Luke Robinson, who's a Scotland under-19s, and he's looked a pretty decent deputy since he's come in. Tendai Darikwa has come in on loan from Nottingham Forest. He looks decent, had a very good match against Northampton, a beautiful Meg in the first half. Joe Dudu.
Couldn't resist, could you? Couldn't resist.
Has signed as a free agent out of Turkey. He's a forward. He used to play for Rangers, so there's a bit of pedigree there. And Jamie Proctor has joined on loan from Rotherham on the 1st of Feb. Scored on his debut, which is a 3-2 loss to Wigan. 3-2 loss to Wimbledon. But he's been on loan at Flyde and Scunthorpe for the year, so let's not pretend he's a championship striker at any point. He is there to paper over a crack. Now, this team have only scored 27 and conceded 47. Poor Jones in goal. He's having as rough a year as they are. It has been an awful season for Wigan. There have been few bright spots, I'm sorry to say. Their win against Northampton was one, and it's pulled them right out of the scrum. They're right there. They're in the fight, and they have to fight now for every point they can to save themselves from back-to-back relegations. For me, it's impossible to see them winning this match. It could happen, but, Sheffield United could survive in the Premier League. But, Earth's not going to be hit by a meteorite. We're not going to be made to not exist anymore. So you won't catch me betting on either of those. I expect Oxford to counterattack. I'm expecting them to score 3 or 4 goals. I expect Wigan to actually possess the ball a fair amount, but they do nothing with it, and they lack an end product. And I think they're generally going to make Oxford's defence look majestic. I'm sticking with my pre-match prediction of Oxford United 3, Wigan Athletic 0.
I feel you're slightly harsh. Just slightly. I mean, at the start of the season, I think Wigan at times at the start of the season were in danger of being completely cut adrift in this league. And I would say the fact that, no, you've had your time. My time. The fact that they are in with a shout, and literally they were like, one win away from being out of the relegation zone. I think it's like the fact that they have relatively kept in touch. I think they've done all right, considering the off the field madness that's happened.
It's just been a really bad season for them. They've been beaten down. They've had big injuries. They've had big players leave. They've already got what happened to them last year. They've had a manager jump ship. I'm just saying,
staying up would be an achievement, and they're not a million miles away from doing that. Like they're a lot closer to doing that than Sheffield United are for doing it in the Premier League.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't bet on either of these. And I'm not saying that they won't stay up. I'm saying they won't beat Oxford.
Trust who you like, folks. This guy thinks the moon landing happened, so what can I tell you? Are we ready to move on to some fan predictions? We don't know what we're talking about, do we? Let's move on to some fan predictions. I'm very disappointed that we didn't have as many as we did last week. What? You in the toilet?
I just wanted to ask if we could start with pessimistic Brother Alan.
No, we can't. We can't. He is going to, and not for the first time, bring up the rear. But we haven't got as many as we had last time, so that is a little bit disappointing. But you will get chances next week. If anybody missed out, we are going to continue doing this. So we've only got a fantastic 3, but we are going to start with our first ever international video, Thomas. We go to Jack, who comes all the way from Belgium.
Hello Vivio, my name's Jack and I'm an Oxford fan. It won't be an easy game. I think we'll win 2-0. 2 goals from Taylor. Bye, I got football training now.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much. Tom, I don't know, but early scouting report on that lad says he's going to be the next Harry Kane.
Well, he may be, but he's not going to end up as a genius. Only 2 goals for them against Wigan? Ridiculous.
Well, let's see how friend of the channel, Matthew Bowden, let's see how Matthew says Oxford are going to get on this week.
Hey, very biased opinions. Matt Bowden here with my prediction this week. Wigan, pretty poor team, I think. They did beat Sunderland 1-0, but they got thumped by Blackpool 5-0. So I think we're going to dish out a pasting here. 5 booms to Oxford and just 1 in reply for Wigan. Looking forward to the stream. See you Saturday.
All right, this guy's smoking crack. I don't know what drugs he's on, but
You can't say that, Thomas. He's
All right.
a loyal supporter.
Smoking marijuana?
That's fine. Let us know, Matthew, in the comments. And also, remember to check out Oxford Downs YouTube channel, which Matthew runs, and go and subscribe to them. If you like your cricket and you like the streaming and you want to support Oxford Downs, go check them out. It will mean a lot to us. But to bring up the rear, and finally, but by no means least, Probably to bring down the tone, no doubt. Here he is, pessimistic brother Alan.
Hello, Thomas. Hello, Ian. Pessimistic brother Alan here. I am going to predict a win at the weekend. I am going to predict Oxford United 4, Wigan Athletic 0. There, I shocked you.
I honestly don't know what to say. This has never happened before. I feel like... Thomas! No, he is gone. There's nothing coming out. You finished him off, pessimistic brother Alan. Predicting Oxford to win. Good, stay in character, Thomas. Well done. Predicting Oxford United to win has absolutely sent a shockwave through Thomas, and he is out for lunch, folks. So that just leaves me to say thank you to you three that did give your predictions. Thank you for all those that watch as well. If you can, smash that like button. That will help us out so much on YouTube. It'll help get this video out into the interweb somewhere. And also hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And also, above all else, comment down below. We really want to know your comments. Oxford fans, give your score predictions in. Wigan fans as well. Let us know if all Tom's research, the reanimated corpse of Thomas, has done this research correctly. Comes back to life. And we will see you on our live stream. We are live streaming this game 2:45 tomorrow. Make sure you are there. Make sure you get there early and bring lots of snacks and bring lots of money for super chats. And we will see you tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching.